Please make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Every night at 6 p.m., just as the last wave of exhausted employees stumbled out of Arcadia Tech's towering glass building, she stepped in. With her head low, her dark curls tucked beneath a plain cap, and a battered janitor's cart squeaking beside her, most never knew her name. They simply called her the cleaning lady, if they acknowledged her at all. Maria moved through the maze of cubicles like a shadow, silent, efficient, invisible. She scrubbed coffee stains from desks no one else noticed. Picked up crumpled post-it notes filled with abandoned ideas. Vacuumed the corners of ambition and stress. She never spoke unless spoken to. And even then, her answers were brief, polite, and guarded. But what no one knew, not the interns who rolled their eyes at her presence, not the execs who dropped trash on the floor beside her cart, not even the developers who left behind open terminals and whispered secrets late into the night, was that Maria noticed everything. She wasn't just cleaning up the mess. She was watching. Listening. And, sometimes, late at night, she was coding. Because Maria Rivera wasn't just the cleaning lady. She was something far more dangerous in a building full of egos. A genius in disguise. The halls of Arcadia Tech were humming with pressure. There was talk of a new investor coming, an IPO on the horizon, and whispers of a secret AI project that only the top engineers had access to. Maria moved through the building unnoticed. She always did. She clocked in, pushed her cart through the glass lobby, and began her evening sweep, starting with the executive floor. The same one where people barely made eye contact. "Watch out, janitor," a woman in a pencil skirt muttered as Maria vacuumed under a table. She stepped over Maria like she was a puddle. Maria just nodded and kept cleaning. In the design department, a junior programmer named Travis loudly joked, "You'd think with all that cleaning, she'd stumble into learning something eventually." Laughter followed. What they didn't know was that Maria had already built her own app. Had already solved the code Travis had been stuck on for weeks, twice, just by watching over his shoulder. Her notebook, tucked neatly beneath the cleaning supplies, held diagrams, algorithms, and schematics that would have shocked the entire development team. Her mind worked fast, too fast to sit still, and after years of watching geniuses act foolish, Maria had learned to let silence become her advantage. She never wanted attention. But attention was coming anyway. Because upstairs, behind tinted glass walls, someone was watching. And that someone was the CEO. Would you like me to continue with Chapter 2 and expand the suspense as the CEO begins to uncover Maria's hidden talent? I didn't need to understand every acronym they threw around to know the team was in trouble. That Thursday night, the hush in the office was different. It wasn't the peaceful kind I loved. It was heavy. Tense. The engineers had been in panic mode all week. Their launch deadline loomed, and a critical bug kept crashing the system. I cleaned around their clutter, silent as always, but my eyes flicked across their whiteboards. Lines of code. Flowcharts. A familiar language I'd taught myself in secret, after midnight shifts in a janitor's closet with a second-hand laptop and YouTube tutorials. They didn't know I could read their problems as clearly as they could. Maybe more clearly. But I stayed in my lane. I always did. Until I saw it. A string of logic, wrong in its core function, written by the lead engineer, Charles. No wonder they were stuck. I hesitated. Then I did something reckless. I scribbled an alternative flow in my notebook when no one was looking and left it tucked beneath the whiteboard cleaner. I thought that would be the end of it. But it wasn't. The next morning, I arrived early, before dawn. The cleaning cart in my hand, nerves in my chest. The office was eerily quiet, except for one man's voice behind a closed conference room door. It was Mr. Reinhard. The CEO. And he was furious. Who wrote this? This rewrite solved the loop conflict. Who? Was this you, Charles? No, sir. I don't know who did. My heart skipped. Minutes later, the door swung open. Mr. Reinhard stepped out, and for the first time since I'd worked there, his eyes landed directly on me. You. I froze. He stepped closer. Are you the one who left this? He held my notebook. My messy scribbles. My handwriting. I nodded slowly. He didn't blink. Follow me. I thought he was going to fire me. Instead, Mr. Reinhard led me to his office. The sleek glass walls made me feel exposed. Like a secret too long buried finally laid bare. He asked how I knew about the error. I told him everything. How I studied online. How I read code for fun. How I couldn't afford college, but I loved solving puzzles. How I'd been watching their problems unfold for weeks. He leaned back in his chair, stunned. You've been a ghost in this office, and the one person who solved what 10 engineers couldn't. I looked down at my shoes. I want you in my dev team. I thought I misheard. I'm serious, he said. You're a damn genius. That afternoon, Mr. Reinhard gathered the entire staff in the open floor meeting space. He stood beside me, still in my cleaning uniform. This woman, he said, is the reason our platform is launching on time. The bug that was costing us $3 million a day. She fixed it. Gasps. Murmurs. Stunned silence. Charles looked like he'd swallowed glass. She's not just the cleaning lady, Reinhard continued. She's our newest systems architect. And she'll be mentoring your teams going forward. I didn't know what to do with the applause that followed. But I held my head high. The next Monday, I didn't wheel a cleaning cart through the doors. I walked in holding a company laptop. People stood. They greeted me. They asked for help, me. The same woman they used to ignore. Even Charles, humbled, asked if I'd walk him through my approach. I said yes. Because I remembered what it felt like to be overlooked. They called me just the cleaning lady. But they didn't see the late nights I spent learning. The silent hours I observed and studied. The patience it took not to speak up until it truly mattered. Now, they see me. Not because of my title. But because I proved that brilliance can wear overalls and push brooms. I still clean up messes. Just not the ones on the floor anymore.